All right. Shalom. Before I start, we give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahshai, Bahashem, Rachachorash, the honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations. I like Achim, walk with them, learning, teaching in truth and sincerity. All right, this is going to be another video through the Spirit. I'm gonna be. I was listening to the live stream with the apostles in Massachusetts. The head apostles, Apostle Rakha, Elder Menatazak, they were all linked up with the Boston camp. And I forget which brother it was, but someone had made the point that it's time to, you got to max out in the spirit. All right, relating it, the same way for those, brothers that's into health and fitness. In order to actually get your muscles stronger, you have to increase the stress load, or basically the time under tension, in order for your muscles to grow bigger and for the fibers to actually be stronger. You have to increase the amount of resistance that you're working with. And if you want to get deeper in the spirit, you have to do the same thing. If you want to get ultimately it's all through prayer. It's all, we're all given the gifts, our divine gifts and lots through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But the only way you're going to get deeper in these scriptures, deeper in the prophecy, all right, able to wield your sword in a mightier fashion, is to get more studious in it. All right, so not only is it important to exercise your body, but it's also important to exercise your mind and your spirit in these scriptures. All right, so I'm going to start in Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. It says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand." All right. The main point being, blessed is he that readeth. You're not going to know scripture unless you read. Then there's no way around it. All right. Because there's a difference between, that's why it was said, Philip said to the Ethiopian eunuch in the book of Acts, all right, which was the Israelite, he said, understandest what thou readest? All right. You're not gonna be able to understand unless you're actually reading these scriptures, unless the Spirit is actually dealing with you. Because it's one thing to just be hearing, you hearing scriptures and repeating it, which all of us, when you're first coming into the truth, that's honestly what you're actually doing. You're parroting. You're only mimicking. All right, just like a parrot. Parrots don't literally speak. They don't have any known language. They don't understand speech. What they're able to do is hear a sound, and they can replicate it with their vocal cords. And that's early stage Israelite. But you have to get to the point to where you actually start to know this for yourself. You put down the 10s and you start picking up the 20s. You start studying. You start actually reading. All right. You start watching videos. All right. Put the 20s down, then you pick up some 30s. Once you get good with the 30s, then you move to 40s up to 50s. All right. And if you can get past 50s, you're a strong motherfucker. But that's just hey, through the Spirit, if you want to get well versed in these scriptures, you got to dig into them. All right. Now this is where's that? In Songs of Solomon. Let me see. Is it the first chapter, or is it? I believe it's the first chapter. Oh no! Wait. Salak. It might not be here, because basically the same amount of zealousness you have first coming into this truth, in order to maintain, you're gonna have to keep it with you. You're gonna have to keep that fire burning. All right, you got to keep. Let me see. You got to keep the ball rolling. All right, the only way you're gonna grow in the spirit is if you're applying yourself. Let me see. So like I believe this scripture, I believed it was in Songs of Solomon. Oh no, Revelation. Okay, yeah, Revelation chapter 2, verse 4. All right, because if you don't grow, all right, or if you at least don't, if you're not balanced, all right, you'll get to the point to where you'll actually become weaker. All right, you won't be able to remember where certain scriptures at, or you'll start to forget breakdowns. All right. That's why we have to constantly, hey, some days is going to be better than others. Some weeks are going to be better than others. The same way with weightlifting. All right, Monday you might have been lifting heavy. Tuesday you was fucking tired. Wednesday you was getting it in. Thursday you was tired. Friday you was back getting it in. There's going to be the ups and downs, but ultimately overall you have to be on an upward trend. All right, you might going up, you might dip a little bit, dip there, but you still got to be going up. You don't want to be up here and dipping down into the damn dirt. That's what happens to these fallouts. You look at like the ex-head of this camp here at Great Millstone, Detroit, Kylie Jenner. All right, as I call him, he was deep in the scriptures, dude. He could quote this and quote that, but look at him now. Now the things that were basic and intermediate level, they're completely thrown out the window. Spiritually, he didn't fell off a cliff. He's underneath a day one Israelite. All right, so basically, hey, you got to keep your spiritual muscles worked. You got to keep your spiritual engine well greased, and the only way to do that is to be reading in the scriptures. All right, and Revelation chapter 2, verse 4 says, "Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love." And this is basically the angel was talking to the church of, it looks like it says Ephesus. Basically, they weren't doing what they were supposed to concerning the word. And because this truth is compared to love, it's compared to a woman. All right, when you have a woman that you affectionately care about, all right, you're always going to be all up under, all up over. The same way we have to be for this truth. Let me see. And let me get now I know one in Songs of Solomon. Where is it at? Or is it the Book of Psalms? It might be the Book of Psalms. Pretty sure it's Songs of Solomon. Let me get this. Let me get this real quick. Oh, come on. Psalms 2 and 12. Yep. Psalms chapter 2. I don't know why I always think it's Songs of Solomon. Let me get this other scripture on deck real quick. Okay, Khan. Yep, this is Songs of Solomon chapter 2, verse 12. It says, "Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him." And that Son right there is S-O-N. Kiss the Son, meaning basically, hey, don't forget about Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Attend to your Israelite duties. All right, push this word out. Get in the scriptures as much as you can. Be in the spirit as much as you can. Kiss the Son. Don't neglect Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, don't neglect this truth. All right, and hey, as time goes, brothers is getting older, so we're picking up more responsibilities. When I first came into this truth, I was still in high school, so I had a lot more times in my hand. I used to read so much I would fucking pass out. But now, brothers got to work, brothers got bills to pay, brothers got to be here and be there. All right, some brothers got families, so the Lord understands, he knows our situation. But when you get that time, like right now, really initially, I just got home, I was going to go to sleep. But I was like, nah, I gotta do the lesson. That's damn counterproductive. I'm gonna come home, go to sleep, wake up, do the lesson talking about go hard in the spirit. That's silliness. That's bullshit. So I'm gonna do the video first. All right, and those are ways that you kiss the Son. All right, you put off the flesh. You put the flesh under wraps, and you go hard in the spirit. All right, and you man up in the spirit. You say, "Fuck that." In the spirit, I already benched 175. I gotta do 225 today in the spirit. I'm not going back down to 100. Otherwise, I'm gonna shrink up, and that's how it has to be. Hey, Your scriptures, as time passes, you should have more highlights and more underlines and more precepts written. They shouldn't decrease. All right, they shouldn't be disappearing. They should be only getting better and perfected with time. Uh, in this verse, still in Psalms 2:12, it says, "Kiss the Son, lest he be angry and he perish from the way." So if you neglect this truth, all right, if you neglect this word, hey, you and the Lord might cast you off to the side. All right, that's why I said, "Least he be angry." Be Hey, the scripture speaks for itself. This is First Timothy, because this one looks like, here. Let me flip to this. Looks like one of them, but there's another one. I was looking for it. This one's excellent as well. Kind of right there. Okay, Khan. Yep. Okay, this is First Timothy chapter 4, verse 14. It says, "Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery." So neglect not the gift that was given thee through prophecy, which is what? Don't neglect this truth. You heard this truth by a man that was pushing the word out fervently. All right. If you're here at Great Millstone, more than likely, you learn from first coming in one of the brothers or one of the elders or apostles. All right. Neglect not the gift that was given to thee. It's a gift to understand what we understand here at Great Millstone. And I'm in here recently, I've been really meditating on that. A lot of Jake really don't even know they basic Hebrew Israelite ABCs or they Hebrew Israelite 101s. And we here through our elders, through the spirit power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, not exalting myself, not exalting any man on this earth, but through the spirit, we have an understanding here at this house beyond that in which a lot of Israel can even comprehend right now, man. And we can't neglect it. That's why I'm sitting here doing this, to motivate any of you Akim that come across this to continue to do the same thing and to get better with it. The more that you do something, the better at it you should become. All right. If you box, the more you work the bag. All right. You out there jogging, you should be getting your cardio together, working your technique, counters. All right. Combo starters, combo finishers, all types of things. The more you do it, the more you should get better at it. The same way with this truth. The more you read, the more you should add to your database. All right. Not all of us are going to be walking concordances. You might not be able to remember every single scripture or what book it is, what number it is. But the more you read, you should have a general basis over everything and know where certain things are at. All right. When somebody says something, oh, that's over here in that book, or there's a precept for it, just look it up, just type it in as according to this phrase, and it'll pop up. All right. We got to be well versed in these scriptures. This is Zephaniah chapter 1. Because if you're not, and the same thing in the body, when you lift in weights, you can't just curl. What about shoulders? What about your chest? What about upper back, traps, lower back? All right. The main body part that's neglected by a lot of people is the lower body. All right. What about your legs? What about your calves, quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, gluteus maximus, gluteus minimus? All right. What about all the parts of the body that need working? The same thing in the spirit. You have to be well balanced as best as you can. All right. Some brothers specialize in certain things, whether it be history or the Hebrew, or some brothers, they can pull a precept. They know where this is at. They know where that is at. All right. But ultimately, the overall goal is to get well-rounded. You don't have to be the best historian, but you have to know certain history to be able to prove who the Israelites are and who these heathens are. All right. You don't have to be the best Hebrew speaking brother, but you got to know the certain Hebrew words that are key to our salvation. The number ones being the name of the Most High and the name of his son. All right. Who we are as a nation. All right. Things as such. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 12. It says, "And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil." And that will happen. That's what's going to happen to these people that's BSing around in the world. Right? And ultimately, that's why, like the scripture says, let me get it. You got to strive for the mastery. All right. Oh, another one. I'm gonna get. Let me get this other one first. Hey, and once again, ultimately, everything is through the Spirit. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he guides our lips and our minds to understanding. He every brother is blessed at something that they're good at in this truth. I can't really, I'm not really good at remembering exact books and chapters and numbers, but through the Spirit, certain phrases will literally, I might not have read a scripture in like 6 months, and brother say a word at camp, and that whole scripture shoot back in my mind. And hey, it wouldn't it wouldn't have gotten there. I wouldn't have known that it even existed had I not read it. That's why we got it. Hey, the whole point. Hey, we getting towards the end. We're gonna have, like we had the situation at camp. These two Jakes came up with a out of the blue question. That's why we got to be well rounded in the scriptures. The closer we get to the end, the more that I'm not talking about them brothers, but the more that we get to the end, the harder the wicked is going to get. All right, Satan, the spiritual demon, Satan, Esau, the so-called white man, these heathens, things are going to turn up more on both sides of the field, in wickedness and in righteousness. So as evil is getting more powerful, we're going to have to get more powerful. All right, but this is let me see. 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So abound in this, because this is not in vain. This is all going to have a reward. All right. The same way, hey, if once you start lifting heavy or lifting on a regular basis, it's going to become physically evident that you're in decent shape. All right. I remember, my grandma, she had made a statement, because when I had first started, in my early teens, exercising real hard, I was always coming in and out of the house. And my grandma had made a statement, whenever I would go say that I was going to go work out, whether it be at the park or the gym, I think my dad had said something to her, but she was like, he's not lying. Look how big he's getting. I know he's not lying. He every day we see him, he's getting bigger than what he used to be. So, I'm not exalting myself, but I'm using that, as an example. If the deeper you get in these scriptures, it'll become more evident. It won't people. It's like, damn, like the one scripture. Let me get it first before I get this. Let me get this. Because the more you're in the Spirit, it's going to become. Oh, where's that? It's in John. It's in John. Yep. It's going to be undeniable. All right. To even for people that you may have known in the world, can be like, damn, that's a changed man. That's a whole different man compared to how we knew to how that person is now. All right. And I'll just get this and one more, unless the Spirit hits me with another one. I'll try to keep it at a decent length. Oh, where's the scripture at? I know it's in John. Where is it at? Come on. I know where's it at? I'm around here somewhere. I could look it up. I want to see if I can just flip to it. It got to be in the teens. Let's see. That might be like 1 John or something. Let me type this in real quick. So maybe if I type in show forth, it might pop up. So I'm gonna look it up on Google if I can't find it. I'm gonna just get the other scripture I have. Basically, it's the scripture saying, dang, come on, I want. Where's that? Dang, see, and I just read it recently too, a minute back. I remember I think I did a video on it. Let's see. God damn it. If I find it, I'm gonna post it in the description. And that shit always happens. There's always one scripture that I think about and I just can't find it. If I find it, I'm gonna just drop it in the description. But basically the way that it goes, the our talking about the brotherhood, that our love for each other is so great that it's evident in the eyes of the people. Basically, the people never seen, a brotherhood so great. You know, I wish I could remember where it's at off the top of my head. I don't want to take too long to find it, so I'm just get the next scripture. This is First Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25. It says, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible." So hey, work out your spirit, work out your mind. All right, don't forget. Hey, don't neglect thy first love. All right, kiss the son, lest he be angry. In other words, all right. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahshai, B'Hashem, B'Chachorash, the honors to the apostles, and Great Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the Akim, Wakim, learning, teaching, truth, and sincerity.